There are so many kaiju that have appeared in the Godzilla franchise and have crossed over into the Godzilla franchise. But which ones are my favorite? What's up, YouTubers of the world? Mega Geek Mixer here, ready to give you guys a special video as we make our way into Godzilla King of the Monsters! And I'm going to be doing at least a few videos here, as we just got 3 more days until it premieres, which I can't wait for. First of my videos will be my top 10 list of favorite kaiju monsters in the Godzilla franchise. This excludes Godzilla because we all know where he would be in the list. It's no question where he would be. But just so you guys know, this is my list of top 10 of my favorite and top of monsters. So if it's not the same as yours, that's okay, and just know that this is my list. Respect that, just as I respect your guys, even if your list isn't like mine. But let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with number 10. Starting off the list is Jaguar. Who cannot love this guy? Just look at him. His design is awesome. You just see it and you can't help but smile. It may have been made by a little kid back in elementary school and stuff, but who cares? The look of it is amazing. How he was used in the movie was awesome too. He and Godzilla's teamwork was interesting, and not to mention his abilities to grow size. While he didn't really show much from it in the movie, in the games it really shows, going from large to small and the abilities you can use in those two forms. That's why I love this guy, and that's why he's starting off this list at number 10. Moving on to number 9, we have Gigan. I know this is probably going to surprise a lot of people, considering how he's very popular, and hey, he's on my list, so he is somebody I like. But the only reason he's just this lower on the list is because while I do love his design and his brutality as being the only person to make, the first monster to make Godzilla bleed, that shows that you do not want to mess with this guy with the buzzsaw chest and the hook and sharp hooks for hands. Don't mess with this guy. But what I have a problem with is how he cowers away and leaves his ally in the dust, and he was a pretty clumsy fighter in Final Wars. But other than that, I love this guy's design. He is just awesome looking and a very brutal fighter. And I won't say he's one of Godzilla's strongest enemies. I know some people say that, but I don't think he is. He's just one of his most brutal enemies, and I leave it at that. Next on the list is Mothra. Yeah, this is another surprise to you people, no doubt about it. But the only reason why she's number 8 on the list is because she's just been overused in the Godzilla franchise. Been used too many times, in my opinion. And I do remember hearing someone even said that. I'm glad to know someone out there is like me when it comes to that. Like in the Showa era and the Heisei era, she was used balancedly well, but in the Millennium era, she was just used like too much in that time. Like in Tokyo SOS, I didn't really see much of a reason for her to be in there, but other than that, I still love this monster. She's powerful, she's brave, she is not the queen of the monsters for nothing. She will take on anyone. She'll take on Godzilla, she'll take on King Ghidorah, she'll take on anybody, whether it's in her adult form or her larval form. And that's why you can't help but love this monster with how brave she is and how powerful she is and how she's able to come out on top in almost any fight she's in. Moving on to number 7, we have Space Godzilla. Yes, the space clone of Godzilla himself, thanks to some G-cells being sent out into space. And the reason I love this monster is not just his design, a little bulky and not able to move much, mind you, but still, a crystallized Godzilla, that's something else. But not only that, he stands out as one of the few monsters that is truly and purely evil. I mean, come on. he actually tried to he did assault Godzilla's son, little Godzilla. And not to mention the psychic abilities he has with telekinetically lifting Godzilla himself, using the crystals as bombs or missiles. And what's more, you try to shoot off his crystal shoulders, you are in for a tail swing because you will piss him off badly. Next on the list is Biollante. This monster is a very unique monster compared to any other monster out there. Kind of like Jaguar, he was designed by somebody that when Toho gave out a contest. The only difference was, I don't think this one was done by a kid, but whether it was done by a kid or not, it's still very unique. And the fact that this monster is a cross between three things: a hybrid of Godzilla cells, plant cells, and the spirit of a human inside of it. It's mostly, though, in most iterations, though, it's mostly just a hybrid of Godzilla and plant cells. And that was in the fact that Dr. Shirigami spliced plant cells with Godzilla cells, combining to create a rose monster that later on came out as a crocodile plant-looking monster. And it really shows how violent and aggressive it can be. I mean, with its tentacles to be able to strangle on somebody, and then that big giant jaw, man, that is just crazy. Who can't love a monster that's unique? Moving on into the top 5, the one starting off on the top 5 is Destroyer! That's right, guys, Destroyer. One of the reasons he's on this list is because of his design. You just look at him and it's just like saying whoever designed this thing was really thinking of Hail Satan, because this thing, the demonic look of it, it's just like a demon or the very freaking devil himself. But it's not just the design that I like about Destroyer, it's also the fact of how merciless he is, how malevolent he is. And probably even, I'm gonna even go so far to say more malevolent than Space Godzilla. Why? Because he actually killed Godzilla's son, and that is and he's the only one to ever kill Godzilla's son and attack him on that emotional of a level. He is pretty much, you could say, like the Joker of the Godzilla universe, with how much pain he brought to Godzilla. And not to mention his durability and able to continue to fight on, and mostly because how he's able to split up and reproduce himself back up. That is something in and of itself. And not to mention taking on Godzilla at the peak of his power, and the combined efforts of Godzilla and G-Force were used to kill this guy. Why can he not be on the list? Next on the list is Mecha Godzilla, the Mega Kaiju clone of Godzilla. What stands out about this monster is that he just has weapons everywhere on him, from head to toe. You cannot mess with this mechanical monster. Godzilla, he's one of Godzilla's toughest foes out there, just like Space Godzilla and Destroyer. And not to mention, he has nearly killed Godzilla in almost every fight he's been in, or killed him once in an actual fight he's been in. But one thing is for certain, guys, this Mecha robot is awesome. It's destructive. Do not mess with this thing because he is strong. Alright, now moving into number 3, we have Anguirus. Now yes, Anguirus, the underdog, the sidekick of Godzilla, and the underdog you just gotta root for because of the pure determination of this monster. Unlike many other monsters, he doesn't have a beam weapon on him or anything, but that doesn't stop him from continuing to fight whichever monster he sees. Like King Ghidorah and Mecha Godzilla, even though they had like beam attacks and much stronger than him, Anguirus never backed down. It is that pure determination, which is why he is on this list. I said wish. Why did I say that? But you guys know what I mean. He is on this list for that very reason. His being the underdog and his sheer determination to continue to fight on. Moving into number 2, we have the King of the Skies and a part of the destructive duo, Rodan. Yes, Rodan and Godzilla combined together are known as the destructive duo. And why is that? Because of the destruction those two are able to bring. And what mostly do I love about Rodan, besides being a member of the destructive duo, is in the fact that he is just like Angus pretty much. He doesn't have any beam weapons on him or anything, but who needs that? He's got a powerful beak that can crush a boulder. He is able to fly at Mach speed and create powerful shock waves, and is able to flap his wings to create wind gusts, and any of those things will level a city to its ground. But what really makes me love this guy, even over in Gears, is because of his theme for family. When it comes to family, he will do anything, such as in the original Rodan movie, he couldn't live without his mate, so he decided to die along with her. And then in Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla, even though his surrogate brother was a Godzillasaur, he didn't care, and he sacrificed his life just so Godzilla could live and take care of his son. That is right there is all the more reason why he is number 2 on my list. And finally, who better to be in the number 1 spot but King Ghidorah? That's right, guys, the arch nemesis of Godzilla and the king of terrors himself, King Ghidorah, the golden three-headed monster. I mean, let's face it, without King Ghidorah, there would be no Godzilla franchise. Or better yet, without King Ghidorah and Godzilla, would there not be a Godzilla franchise? Because whenever you got Godzilla, you need to have King Ghidorah somewhere down the line. And with his power, with his 3 heads, his power, how tall he is, his physical strength, sometimes being so destructive with his gravity beams and terrorizing planets that Godzilla needs to have help from humans or other monsters to be able to take this guy down. And being King of Terror, bringing such terror to people whenever he's around, is saying no more than in of itself. That's my list, guys. What did you think? And what's your top 10 favorite Godzilla monsters? I would definitely love to know in the comment section side down below. Please do tell me. And if you guys are enjoying my videos, well, all you gotta do is make sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. Until then, we are just now 2 days away before we hit the day of Godzilla, and I cannot wait for it. So until then, I'll be seeing you guys later. Mega Geek Mixer signing out. Bye!